Okay, welcome to Skunk Work again. And today's project is, I'm going to show you the emblem right there, Skunk Work. Thank you for coming and watching our video. Today's project is this one right here. Got a CAD drawing and it's kind of hard to see. It's real small, but that's what it is. I just drew it bigger. And they're just calling it a bracket. I don't know what it's for. But customer supply material, and it's D2. Now D2 is really tough. It's hard to work with, so the best tool to use on D2 is carbide. So we're going to be using a ray ground 5/8 carbide, solid carbide, and mill 4 fluter. And we got it. He wants 6, but there's no way to get 6 out of 36 inches. So we're going to do our best to try to get it. He wants 6 inches, they're 6 inches long, 36 inches. There's no room for cutting and facing. So the best you'll get is 5 pieces. So let's start cutting. Alright, so here's the material. Let's see if I can get you. Pretty heavy too. There you go. Alright, I'll get it open and we'll set it up on the mill. We're going to set up the mill right now. We use our carbide end mill. 5/8 R8 call it. And slip it in there. Time the drawbar. Alright, so my vise is always square, so everything's square and perpendicular to the center of the shaft spindle here. And we're going to take our stock, hold it down. Now, again, on the internet, this is another big problem I see, is the quilt. Just because it has a lot of quilt doesn't mean you should use it. This creates a lot of vibration, so what you want is just a minimal. You don't need to have it all the way down. You want everything to be sturdy so there's no vibration and you get a nice clean cut. Instead of raising up the table, I guess they just lower the quilt down, which is not the correct way of doing it. Alright, so we're in the center of the end mill. Get our safety glasses. And then again, I already told you the story about the squirt bar and the oil. It's the wrong way to do it. You have your own little canister there, cutting oil and acid brush. Again, this is for lubricating and wiping out the chips. And a little secret, you just take a WD can 40, cut it in half, and put a couple of magnets underneath, super glue. And I braced this little coupler in there, see, so I have to wipe it off in there. Or I have to put my acid brush inside there. And that will work. Alright, didn't get the camera with oil, hopefully. See a little spot over there. And we'll start cutting. Running about 500 RPM. Turn on my DRO. Lock. Let's cut. Now, when you're using cutting oil, it helps lubricate it, keeps the sharpness of the end mill longer, and it creates a little bit of smoke, so that's why I have my fan here, and I'll turn on the fan. Well, I don't have to be smelling the fumes. It also keeps me cool because it's another hot day here in California. Zero it, going about 15,000. Now I'm using the acid brush to lubricate the end mill and knock out those chips. Alright, nice clean cut all the way across. Now that part is square. Now, some people will say, why don't you just take it to the bandsaw and just cut it? Cut your little blanks and then put them here and face them. Well, when you do that, you got to use more material because you got at least an 8 per side. That's a 1/4 inch. And then you're wasting more material. This way, I know this is already square and true. Cut my 6 inches, leave about 16 instead of 1/8. And I just have to machine the other side. This side's already done. Now I'm looking for my bird knife, so come back here, and here's the bird knife. Now the biggest problem with anything is birds. Birds are bad because they'll give you a false reading. They'll lift up a couple of degrees. You can't see it. And they'll make your part not square. So that's why I deburr it and then I take a sander on that emery cloth. Knock it out. On a 45-degree angle. You gotta remember this material is pretty heavy. There we go. We're done. Wipe it so I don't get my hands dirty. I'll flip it over and do the other side. Make sure you wipe your vise. Again, you don't want to be clamping on any kind of chips. Okay, flip it. Do the other side. Lock it down and face it. Zero it. You get about 12,000 right there. Lubricate that and cut it clean and white. See how the fan blows the smoke away from me so I don't have to breathe it all day. Alright, there we go. Got a nice smooth finish. Now we gotta deburr it again. And then we go cut it. Okay, just a little sanding. All right, we'll get two here. So now we got to mark it. So we'll come over here to the table. And see, move the camera in a little closer, and so we're right here. I'll show you the finish there. So. See. Alright, so we need 4.5 plus 1.5, that's 6. So we need 6 inches total overall length. So get a caliper and mark out 6 inches. And we're going to scribe a line so we know where to cut. Then I'm going to use a little dicom here so we can see the line while we're cutting. Do that side. And we do the other side. And if, make sure we start our time we started here. That would be 10, 20. Okay, rescribe. Alright, and now we'll go cut it on the bandsaw.